Hello, here I am making a video out of sheer enjoyment, the whole enjoyment of making a video. And check out, right, I ain't chopped my hair for a little while, check out how curly my hair gets when it gets to a certain length. I mean look at it, look at that, that's insane. Right, so I'm going to carry on talking and let's hope you don't get distracted by my curly mop chop, shall we? Now that I look like I've been electrocuted or I'm some Street Fighter character. So I'm talking about social media today. I'm going to bang that drum again because recently Penguin Books from London is a publisher and they recently asked me if I can review a book that's about social media because they saw my video on social media, which is actually my most popular video with about 40,000 views, which ain't bad really. So I'm going to be doing a little book review for them. I've read a few pages of the book already, and it is quite captivating. I'll talk to you about it in another video. But it got me thinking about social media and my relationship with it. Social media, it gets you hooked. It gets you hooked, and I think they know exactly what they're doing. And not that I want to create some sort of witch hunt and say that there's some sort of like shadowy group of people at the top of the chain of all these social media corporations and organisations that are just like puppeting us all. I don't want to spread fear and scaremongering like that, but they are very highly aware of the effect that it has and how it gets people hooked, because essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to maximise the amount of time that you spend on there, because there's different social media apps and different social media outlets, and they're competing for your attention like anything, like advertising, like anything whatsoever. It's competing for your conscious energy. In order to do that, they need to get into your head and understand how they're going to manipulate you to maximise the amount of time you spend on these things. It's becoming like it's becoming a competition, like many things in reality. Competitive nature of human beings encapsulated in social media organisations as well. Now, the way I've noticed that they do this is they do this like they do a kind of slot machine effect. Now, if you look at if you go to a casino, there are very addictive machines. I don't know exactly what they're called, but another name for them is, Jesus Christ, a name for them is like a one-armed bandit. So you have like a slot machine, it'll have like bell, 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 you'll pull the thing down, it'll go like clunk, 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 like in a trio, and you'll tell whether you've won or not, you know. Now, the exact same psychology that's fueling you to be addicted to those particular machines is the same sort of psychology that's causing you to become addicted to Instagram, Facebook and the like, because if you think about it this way, you get your phone and you swipe down with your thumb and it sort of refreshes, doesn't it? Not only does that refresh motion very similar to the sort of one-armed bandit pull down thing, which is they know exactly what they're doing with that. It's very addictive. You see whether you've won or not, you know, your self-worth and your values associated a lot with these things. But also, when you haven't looked at your notifications for a while, you load up the app and you have that sort of have I won, have I not kind of thing attached to it. And because your self-worth becomes so wound up in, so wrapped up in the social element, how other people see you and value you, couple that with the effect of the whole one-armed bandit sort of effect, the slot machine effect, and you have a really addictive, powerful force that's driving you to continuously keep on these things. And it hits to the core of your very being, your very core of your self-worth and how you value yourself. I've noticed the less I've become, the more sort of proactive I've become in my relationships with people, strangers even, the less I have become compelled to post on social media and sort of like modify my image to suit an agenda, which is generally to get likes and approval, and that's how it goes. There's also another thing I wanted to talk about, which is the actual nature of the information you're being given. Now, and I've watched most of my teachings, most of what I have to share it's coming more so from direct experience than it used to. And what I've noticed is my thoughts, the thoughts that I have in my experience, they're not anything I'm consciously doing, because I'll sit there and I'll meditate and I'll have thoughts that go in all sorts of different directions, the most random thoughts you could ever think of. And even if I try to stop thinking, I can't do it for any length of time. It's a mechanism that's open to manipulation, that's just happening with or without my conscious energy. I can drum up certain thoughts, like think of the Eiffel Tower or a red bus or something like that. But generally, you can't seem to manipulate and change this mechanism. It seems to be just running off anyway. And now the thing is, if I if you look at the social media feeds often and you use that for your primary source of entertainment, like I know a lot of people do, what you actually end up finding is that the social media feed is being tailored by people that you don't know. It's being tailored by people that it's outside of your control, really. So even the YouTube videos you're being shown, even the news you're being shown, all these things are being personalized, but actually we don't know what the agenda is. You know, we don't know what the biases are of the people who are showing us this information, and the people who are tailoring and personalizing our feeds for us. We don't know what agenda they're serving. Because the more I go along my counselling course and the more I learn about psychology, the more I realise that we have so many biases that are just painting our experience and our relationship to the world. And like humans are, organisations are comprised of humans with biases. Even Facebook, Instagram, comprised of humans with their own individual biases, even with their own group identity and group biases too. So we don't know entirely what sort of agenda they're trying to serve. What do they get out of personalising our feeds? What do they get out of this? They get something, otherwise they wouldn't do it. So I get very suspicious of this, not in a kind of a tinfoil hat wearing, fearful, very suspicious, sort of like, oh, you know, lock myself in my house kind of way. But I feel that with the fact that one, they're manipulating you to make you become addicted to these things, and it's working very well. And they're not even that fussed about doing it with kids either. Like I've got a little brother, he's 6 years old, and at some point he's going to be on social media during his formative years, and I'm just thinking, how goddamn hooked might he be when he's older? Because I only got into social media when Facebook first sort of came out, and I was in I was like 15, maybe a bit younger, maybe. So my formative years were out the way, but people are now getting involved in it at a younger age now. So it's like these companies don't seem to see that as a problem. They seem to see that as something that serves them, that they're getting themselves addicted to this stuff. They're getting people addicted to this stuff, sorry. So it's not really serving, they don't really mind that, which is kind of weird. So that's the crux of it. I mean, I wanted to talk about two general things: how social media gets you hooked and the effect that it's having on you, which is essentially a reprogramming. And the fact of the matter is, I don't know what they're reprogramming it for, but I'm saying that you should take responsibility for yourself, take responsibility for your emotions, the inputs that you're getting that are giving you the results in your life that you're getting also. And I'm not advocating a complete boycott of social media, obviously, because I'm uploading this to YouTube and probably sharing this on Instagram and Facebook too. But what I am suggesting is an honest look at the situation, an honest look at your relationship to social media and the actual effect it has. Does it make you compare yourself to other people? Does it cause a lack of self-worth? Does it just make you feel more and more depressed? Because that's the effect it has on me if I'm on it for too long. I'm less in touch with my reality. And I feel that when I'm started checking my phone feverishly, it's out of my hands. I feel addicted. I feel like an addict. Because it's exactly the kind of dopaminergic reward system that is being hijacked with social media, gets hijacked with alcohol and any other addictive substance. It's the same sort of mechanism. So, that's the video for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching. I enjoyed making this video. I'm going to read that book. 1 second, actually. Let me just go and grab it. I'll just wave it around. So 10 arguments for deleting your social media accounts right now. And there's also a couple of interesting quotes on the back, and I'll leave you with this quote. And this is by the former vice president of user growth at Facebook, a guy called Chamath Palihapitiya. I did not say that right. I feel tremendous guilt. It is eroding the core foundation of how people behave by and between each other. My solution is, I just don't use these tools anymore. I haven't for years. And that's the CEO of user growth at Facebook, former. So I'll leave that with you. Hope you enjoyed my curly bob hairdo, and I'll see you probably in a couple of weeks for another video. Take care, guys. am I in the military now? Take care.